I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Who am I but a Dre Mac? Came into the game just to spit facts. Into the space that I'm in. They got me by the Drake cause I'm cold with the pen. I find no diamonds but I still shine. You can dig me cause my boy's mine. My tracks flame like a diamond. The hardest blood on my tongue. Thinking it's a warm glue. I'ma throw with a gas leak. Camouflage in the mist but you smell me. One spark and I bet you I'ma blow up. Just throw my name around, get stupid and you go dumb. No rest for the weary. A bunch of thinking in his man but you can't see me. You rather drink than go pull up. I'm drinking knives through the game, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. I came to eat at the a la carte. Got stripped of a bear, call me brainstorm. Then I come together like a Voltron. Then I pour all the plaques, you Decepticons. Fake rappers to retreat like Cobra. 80s they get floating like up in the storage and I'm E-man. Up, down, down, man, I'm cheap. You a beast, man. I take a beat in. Ninja Turtle rap, Turtle clans get defeated. High samurai, you can call me Night Rider. You can never stop me, cause I'm a guy bomb. Bad attitude like a rocket. My whole to the A, and I bet you can't stop us. LL bad when I go and show up. You can hear the haters in the back. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie.
What's up?
Let me get him where I fit in, homie.
What is going on, everybody? This your man Dre Mac coming to you again with another episode of the Dre Mac Show. 7:30 in the morning Central Time, 8:30 on the East Coast. If you're on the West Coast, get up. You already know that the early bird gets the worm. And on today's show, let's talk about today's show. Since Torian got jokes today, that's why I'm not gonna pull your comments up. Have fun in the chat, punk. We are going to talk about, finally, because I actually got requested about this a long time ago from a scooper. I just never did the video. Shout out to Exile Scooper too, because he was talking to me about this, the original plan for Kang's Dynasty. Again, I don't know if this was true or not, or anything. I actually, I don't know. You know what I mean? But the Rockstars did a video on it. So what I want to do is do a reaction video to this news about the Kang Dynasty. Is this something that actually happened? I mean, is this something legitimate, or is this something that is just content? So we're gonna do a reaction. We're gonna do a reaction about it today. Again, thank you guys, because the crowds are being really good, and I thank all my members and everything who has supported the channel, who continues to support the channel, and all of that. Unfortunately, like I said, this new system with EV Monks doesn't show me my, like, when you have members chat, it doesn't pop up. So hopefully they get an update on that so I can see who the members are compared to everybody else. But hope you guys are happy. Hope you guys are healthy. Shout out to my man Heavy Gang over at the Heavy Gang channel. But you already know what the question is. All right. Let me see who's all in it. I'm not about to click on nothing what you talking about, Tori, because you're trying to be funny. Everything's Mr. Jokes, Mr. Hi. What you Bernie Mac now? You got Tori, huh? You hamburglar today, huh? You got the jokes. Jokes in. Dave Chappelle up in his mind. I'm about to turn into Tommy from Goodfellas. So you think I'm some kind of joke? I'm here for your amusement. Kira Black, what's up? This is I try to give brothers, you know what I'm saying? Try to give them love, admiration. Look how they treat me. Look how they treat me. All right. Carol Black, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Don't laugh. It ain't funny. You trying to be funny. You know what I'm saying? You need to take that to comic view. Yeah, I said comic view. Because it's all dusty. Tracy Woods, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Rashad Walker. He said, what up, Toria, before he said, what's up to me? Boy, that's a cold piece of work, boy. Let's go. What's up, Rashad? What's up, Rashad? My man King Mo is up in here. Mo, what's good? What's good? What's good? Over there on Twitch right now. What's good? What's good? What's up? What's up? What's up? I got you. I got you. Erica D, aka she loves fantasy. Hi. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Let me see. Andre Ware, what's up? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. My man Andre Ware's up in the house. What's up? Brother Joma is up in here. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Good morning. Good morning, my brother. Good morning. Xavier Phoenix. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Robin D is in the house. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. And you see what she said. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe. We are on our way to 5,000 subscribers. I just hit 44. So round of applause for me. Whatever. Hold on. Where's the applause at? Let me get some applause up in here. It's weird. This mug is tripping. I swear to God, this mug is tripping. But yeah, we're at 4,400, on our way to 5,000. So yes, we're looking at 5,000 subscribers. Can't wait to hit that. But again, thanks for all you guys who tune in to the early morning show to watch this and all of that. You know what I mean? So yeah, so it's all good. Marley Marv, what's up? What's up? What's up? What is up? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's all right if you can't join the membership. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes $2.99 is hard to come by nowadays. I ain't mad at you, man, but I appreciate you coming through though. I appreciate you coming through. Evolutionary Comics. What's up? What's good? What's good? What's good? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. And check out that brother's YouTube channel also. Good morning. Good morning. All right, all right. So yeah, we're on our way to 5,000 subscribers. So again, I thank you guys who share or retweet on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? And come back over here. I really truly appreciate you in all of that. So again, thank you so very much for being a part of something that I'm building. Over the last 2 years, it's been growing and growing. When I changed over my platform and changed over to this, I went from 150 subscribers, had one YouTube short that hit me over 1,000. You know what I'm saying? And we've been growing ever since, man. So if you came in here from the Jonathan Majors coverage or wherever you came from, or Black Panther, it doesn't matter. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. But the next goal, I need 600 subscribers to get to that 5,000 mark, because that is a plateau that I'm trying to hit this year. So thank you again to all of you guys. And no problem, man. Oh, no problem. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Let me see. D Stizzle, what's up? What's up? Good morning. Good morning, D Stizzle. He said, I think that, what's up, YARC9? What's good? He was like, you already coming here on fire. I need the Legion of Doom. You know what I'm saying? I need the Legion of Doom in WWF to go against the Rockers and the Hart Foundation. This dude is a trip. I can't wait till I get to DC. I can't wait till I get to DC, because I'm hitting you up when I get to DC. I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm planning my trip soon. So I can't wait till I get to DC, honestly, because I'm hitting you up, man. We got to go kick it while I'm in DC. You know what I mean? So, all right. Let's get to this reaction video, because this reaction video is New rock stars, and they're talking about Avengers Kang Dynasty original plan. So let's get to it. Let's see what they're talking about. Look, you can have the Legion of Doom and Masters of Evil on the big screen. You know who I got on the big screen? Master P. You know what I mean? I got the hookup on the big screen. Check this out. You got the hookup on the big screen before you got Legion of Doom and the Masters of Evil. I'm not trying to be funny, but if you ever watch Uncle P's house, I'm not mad at him. He was trying to do something different, but just think about it like that. Hey, Priscetta. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I gotta reach out to a couple people today. But hey, Priscetta. Good morning. Good morning. Right, Master of the Nola. You know what I'm saying? Magnolia and the Calliope. Oh man. All right, I'm through. I'm stop playing. I was I'm sorry. Kid Gravity Beyond, what's up? He said B1 Knight Rider. I love that. I love that. What's going on, Kid Gravity? What's going on? Um Also, I'm thinking about changing my logo too. I've been thinking about changing my logo to a cartoon. You know what I'm saying? Kind of that same look, but a cartoon version. So I don't know if I got to do it by AI or something like that. But if y'all got some recommendations on how I could turn my icon into a cartoon, shoot that to me. You know what I mean? Because I'm thinking about just changing stuff over. You know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. So just let me know if you know how to do it, or you know somebody who could do it. You know what I mean? So just let me know. Uh, you said you peeped this out yesterday. Eric generally has good takes, but runs the media narrative when it comes to Jonathan May. They all do, and they try to stay on code with that. But you got to understand, okay. There's two ways that you said I'm about to update my intro to a Knight Rider based version. Oh, kind of like mine, but no, I don't want to play the beginning of it because I play the beginning of it, it's gonna hit the copyright, so I'm not gonna do that. Just the beginning. But anyway, um, this is the thing about New Rock Stars is a corporate, not a corporation, but they're a big team of people who still image, not an animation, still image. Um, but they're a big team that Eric and Philip Molina have on payroll. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people that work behind the scenes. I get it because they have to. They got people to feed. So I said this about Screen Crush too, but I didn't like what Screen Crush was saying. They was calling him a criminal and all of that, and it's just he's not. You know what I mean? And now that's running with the narrative. I mean, truth be told, it is. It was a high profile. I hope a high profile case, even though it shouldn't have been. And they're trying to keep as much ducats in their pockets and not piss off their sponsors and all of that. And so they're playing it safe for the sake of all the people that they gotta feed. Um, if it was just Eric and that was just his thoughts and his thoughts alone, I could see that. I could see why he would do that. You know what I mean? Or see why he will flip flop or whatever. Because we know there were some YouTubers who kept flippity flopping. I seen the bitch and she flipping a flop, flipping a flop. Yeah, we seen it. They was doing this all over YouTube, especially after the video came out. After the court date, after the whatchamacallit got dropped, we seen them flip flop, flipping a flop, just all over there. She came in there, it's just flipping a flop. So we seen that. I hate it, but the only reason why he got to save face for everybody he's feeding. At a point, I understand. I might not agree with it, and I'm never going to say that I would agree with that because of my moral compass about doing what's right. You know what I mean? It's doing what's right. But also, I can understand this just people who are survivors. That's gonna save their own hide, whether I like it or not. I can't get mad. I can't really get mad at that. That's up to me if I want to continue to support that channel and all of that. You know what I mean? So you got to look at it that way. What's up, she? So, you know. All right, let's get to the video. Let's get to the video.
Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Eric Boss, and with Benedict Cumberbatch confirming that Doctor Strange will not appear in Avengers Doomsday, we are back to asking the question, what was the original plan for Avengers the Kang Dynasty? And what does Doctor Strange being thrown out with the Kang bathwater mean for the interconnected narrative that sets up Secret Wars? And why does Doctor Doom replacing Kang in the cinematic adaptation of Jonathan Hickman's Time Runs Out /2015 Secret Wars crossover event mean if Doctor Strange can no longer be in the first part of it? Let's break down everything we know about the original draft of the Kang Dynasty and what we will see from Doctor Strange going forward. So you may remember that Avengers 5 was announced to be titled Avengers the Kang Dynasty at Comic-Con in July 2022, and shortly after announced to be directed by Shang-Chi director Destin Daniel Cretton. In September 2022, Jeff Loveness, the Loki writer who was then working on the script for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, was announced to be the screenwriter for Avengers the Kang Dynasty. The Kang Dynasty announcement came at the same time in which Kevin Feige announced that Avengers Secret Wars would be the second half of that event, and also at that Comic-Con showed the first ever footage of Jonathan Majors as Kang the Conqueror in trailer footage for Quantumania.
I'm an Avenger.
You're an Avenger.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Every time I even and I haven't watched this movie in a while, but I'm not gonna lie, or I'm doing research or anything on this, I'm not gonna even hold you. Is Jonathan's, I'm talking about his presence on screen, all of that. It's phenomenal. It's just, I hate the way that the media turned on him. I hate the way that the YouTubers turned on him. You know what I mean? I that's the thing I think you know, that bothers me about this is how everything unfolded with this Jonathan Majors thing. Knowing Jonathan Majors is a certified star, A-list star. It's just the way that they treated him it still bothers me. Because when I watch the Kang Dynasty, that's the part that captivates me, is him. You know, so again, and D says, I'm with you. I don't think it's gonna be like Time Runs Out anyway. You know what I mean? Exactly, Toria. But again, you know, God took everything, the Most High took everything away from Job and then replaced it sevenfold. Not worried.
Have I killed you before?
Now, in late 2022, Jeff Loveness was busy working on a draft for Avengers the Kang Dynasty, and he tweeted in September 2022, jokingly, hey, how do you rate a movie? Quantumania came out in February 2023, featuring a final fight between Kang the Conqueror and...
How do you, and see, this is again, they blame, this is only the problem that I had. Why I look like Janet Van Dyne got an afro, just in this still clip. But anyway, the problem that I always had, because they blame Jonathan for Jonathan's issues outside of this movie for the downfall of this movie, and did not blame the writer, the lead, the editing of this video. You know what I mean? The way that they let the villain go out. They didn't do any of, they didn't blame any of that. You know what I mean? What's up, the Greater Good 101? What's good? They didn't do any of that. And they blame, I'm still get pissed off about that.
And Scott Lang that ended with Kang getting sucked into the multiversal engine core and seeming to disappear, but many of us assumed at that point would then be caught in some kind of probability storm of his own and later emerge as a deadly Kang Prime. The epilogue sequence of Quantumania featured Scott Lang questioning whether he truly won this battle in a scene edited like some kind of glitch in the Matrix sequence in which Scott kept seeing Kang's colors of purple and green everywhere in his life. That led to a mid-credit scene in Quantumania revealing the Council of Kangs, in which Jonathan Majors played all the Kang variants, including the three at the top, Immortus, Pharaoh Ramatut, and Scarlet Centurion.
So, the exiled one is dead.
How many did you call?
All of us.
How many did you call? I'm gonna be real with you. Next time I talk to my dog, I'm like, hey man, how many did you call? Oh my God, I love it. Oh wait, Scott Free. I like that as Xavier Phoenix.
And the post-credit scene of Quantumania was just a clip from Loki's upcoming second season, the third episode of that season, in which Loki and Mobius found Kang variant Victor Timely at the 1893 Chicago World's Fair. But after
We all got
Quantumania's
excited
release in
about
February
that.
2023, began Marvel's Year of Woe, I think we can now call it. Quantumania underperformed at the box office and was met with less than stellar reviews. Jeff
Exactly.
Loveness said that he took the feedback pretty hard, which we hated to see because
Hold up.
Loveness
Look, hold up. Let's go back. Because Jeff Loveness, this was a problem. Let me just say this. This is a problem of that movie, right? The problem of that movie, yeah, especially D-Sizzle. You know, the problem of that movie, I'm live on both. Live on both. The problem with that movie was the writing. The writing sucked. Let's be real. Jonathan took what he had. Let's just be real. Jonathan took what he had, and he was offered, and made the most out of that role. Especially the ending. The ending was trash. Whose fault is that? Is that Jonathan's fault? I wouldn't even say it's what's the name's fault? The lead. What to call the man Scott Lang. You know what I'm talking about. But it wasn't his fault. It was his. It was the writer's fault. The writer, the editors, all of that. This is the movie you wanted to make. This was supposed to be the big bad of the MCU, and you didn't let him. Paul Rudd. Sorry about that. Paul Rudd would kill because, you know, I mean, he's from Kansas City, and he'd get me. Him and Jason Sudeikis. They would probably get me if he knew that I'd mess up his name. But anyway, they messed this up. And everybody and their mama had a problem with Jonathan. So technically, Jonathan was the scapegoat for what they did. Because remember, it's like, soon as that movie hit, 3 days later is when the Jonathan Major stuff happened. You know what I mean? 3 days later, or not 3 days later, it was something like that. It was within a week or something like that. So they had to, and I agree with you, Rashad. I absolutely agree with you. But it wasn't none of the actors' fault. But they didn't blame anybody but, I mean, you see this article. It was a pretty low spot. There were not good reviews, and I was like, what the? I thought that that was good stuff, you know. So I was just despondent, and I was really sad about it. You thought now he does look like Jake Gyllenhaal, but you thought bring it in. First of all, why did you bring in the big bad of the MCU in this next phase, this multiverse phase, and have them go out like that and be like, you know what, that's good stuff. Like, you just didn't see what the Russo brothers did with Thanos. Number two, somebody should have died. Original Ant-Man, Scott Lang, actually the whole Ant family. I'm just saying, you know, somebody should have died, because that was a big thing. I was all looking at it was all speculating, hey, who's gonna die? You know, I think it's gonna be Scott. You know what I'm saying? No, it could be Hank Pym, the original Ant-Man. There's an Ant-Man that's gonna die. What if it's Jenny Van Dyne? You know what I'm saying? What if it's Hope? We were excited about that. And what happened? You literally had the big bad get his tech chewed up by gigantic ants. You did not let him defeat. He should have defeated the ants, pose a humongous threat by killing one of the ant family, and have one of them stuck in the quantum realm while he escaped. You know what I mean? I want all the ant people. I want all ant people to die. I ain't got no Queen. You know what I'm saying? All of that. They gotta go. But I'm just saying, if you're going to pose this guy as a threat, just like I talked about last night, when you start talking about compelling characters, and exactly. Thanos shows up, right? Beast breaks off the Hulk. I'm talking about to the point he don't want to come back outside. Now I'm gonna stay in the house, big dog. Oh, now you scared. You know what I mean? That's the way you introduce a beating up the strongest guy in the Avengers. You know what I mean? But nah, let's just make, Jonathan Majors get sucked in his probability chamber and all this. It's whack.
Because Loveness is a friend of the channel, and by all accounts, he's a really nice, hilarious, super talented guy. We also heard that Quantumania director Peyton Reed, after this movie, decided to go into a bit of a director exile and has spent the past several months in the British countryside, avoiding major IP projects. At this point in early 2023, there were also some reports that Marvel Studios had developed a difficult working relationship with some VFX artists for rushed turnaround times, and either related or unrelated, Marvel parted ways with their longtime executive, Victoria Alonso, who internally at the studio was often their liaison to these VFX companies. During this time, though, Loveness was still working on the Kang Dynasty.
What's not being said is at that time that they were complaint for the VFX workers about how they were. He just kind of brushed over, but it was how they were rushing the time and not paying them the adequate amount of money you should have paid them. You know what I mean? That was one of the problems of that. And remember last night I was talking about care for a character. You made me care about Kang because of the performance of Jonathan Major, for you to then screw the pooch on the way that you ended the character. So Jeff Loveness, Peyton Reed, guess who they talked about in that Variety article? Did they talk about Peyton Reed? No. Did they talk about Jeff Loveness? No. I don't care if he's a friend of the channel or not. They got away scot-free thanks to Xavier Phoenix, while Jonathan Majors was the whipping boy, if you know the reference. And it sucks. That's the problem. That's why I understand why channels like New Rockstar, Screen Crush, or whatever, because they got people they got to feed or whatever. They feed it to the narratives or whatever. I don't really agree with it. I get it logically because you're about making that money. You got to get that money and you got to pay your people. But I don't like the fact we're not telling the whole entire truth. What up, Dr. Carper? Shalom, my brother.
Dynasty script, and in February 2023, in the weeks after Quantumania's release, told Gizmodo in an interview that he was not planning on using the Fantastic Four or Blade in his version of the script. Then in March 2023, Loveness appeared on the Friends from Work podcast and talked about the difficulties of following up Infinity War and Endgame with another Avengers movie script.
I think, obviously it's almost comedic how hard this challenge is. It's like, oh no, you have to follow up Endgame and Infinity War. Both made about $2 billion and everyone loves it. So it's been nice to have a buddy that you can kind of joke about that with. It's like, oh yeah, we have to quite literally, on paper, maybe the hardest job in the world.
I don't know about you, but if I know that this is what I got to stand for, I'm not going to be laughing about it. He wasn't ready for the spotlight. Let's be real. He wasn't ready for the spotlight. And he crushed under pressure. And he knows he crushed under pressure. That's why he got to laugh about it. But instead of, and this is, the D-Sizzle will agree, a lot of my blurs who've read comics will agree, is nothing wrong from taking from the source material when you ain't got, if you're trying to make the story, you're trying to make it compelling, let me go to the source material and let me find who Kang really is and let me develop a story. If I'm not mistaken, doesn't every screenwriter sound just like him? Like for the Marvel Phase 4, let's be real, Secret Invasion sounds like somebody like him wrote it. It was just way out of his league. Didn't know what it's just. Instead of going to the source material or getting a comic writer for Kang, You know what I'm saying? Let me go get a comic writer. We can be able to brainstorm on this together. Let me get one of the original, not even an original writer. Let me get a new writer for Kang. And let's find out more about this in let's develop a screenplay from that. You know what I mean? No, they didn't do that. He laughed it off. Secret Invasion sounds like somebody that like him that wrote it. Ant-Man and the Wasp, we see that. Thor Love and Thunder, man, they didn't even give a crap anymore. They didn't even give a crap anymore. They're just doing something, and they're just laughing it off. But Asu gotta pay a ticket, and it ain't funny. You're telling me that you're just laughing this off, and I gotta pay money to see your movie, and you're not even giving the best work that you can because you thought that was okay? Did you run that to anybody? Nope. Did you say, hey, Kevin, I'm working on a script, man. I don't know how to follow this up. I probably, would it be all right, Kevin? What happened to reach out and touch? Besides the black church, we already know what reach out and touch. Somebody's hand. Make this world a better place if you can. You know what I mean? Reach out and touch one of them comic writers. Go get a Todd McFarlane. Go get any of these people, any of these guys. Go find out. Go put a screenplay together. Find out what's going on and then make it better. That's it. All right, let's keep going.
Yeah.
As far as movies go, but I don't know. I'm just trying not to think about it and like write a movie that I would like, and we'll see how it goes.
It also came out in April 2023, according to Xochitl Gomez, that Michael Waldron reportedly did 33 rewrites on his draft of Multiverse of Madness that had a lot of people worried about what the studio was putting Jeff Loveness and Michael Waldron through for this writing process for Avengers: The Kang Dynasty and Avengers: Secret Wars. But Loveness's podcast appearance was likely recorded before the news broke that Jonathan Majors had been arrested for assault. This is not a hot take, but my favorite part of going out to eat is the food. I've never cleared time out of my calendar just to go to a restaurant and soak.
Okay. He's pitching a product.
Click the link in the description and use code NRockstars50. Thanks to Cook Unity for sponsoring this video. And then in May 2023, the Writers Guild went on strike, so any scripts that were in any stage of development were forced to halt the writing process. And then in July, the Actors Guild went on strike as well, meaning any scripts that were completed still had to shut down production since actors had to walk off sets. So this gave Marvel Studios leadership a few months to review all of their projects in the pipeline. And in September 2023, the company leadership met at their annual Palm Springs retreat, reported by Variety a couple months later in November 2023, and it was reported then.
I believe, even though they reported on November 2023, but again, the title, that whole entire article, that whole entire Variety article, you can go back and watch my video on it, mainly talked about Jonathan Majors and him getting in trouble. Just read the top line. Read the top line. The actress says he is the victim, but the damage to his reputation and the chance he could lose the case has forced Marvel to reconsider his plans to center the next phase of its interlocking slated sequel spin-off series around Major's villainous character, Kang the Conqueror. His defamation suit got dropped. Remember that. Defamation suit got dropped. It was just a reckless assault. You know what I'm saying? In a city citation for harassment. That's not even a crime in New York. That's a ticket. That's like me yelling at you across the street to give me a ticket because I'm yelling at you. I'm harassing you. That's all it was. And Variety blew that up and tried to make it seem about Jonathan Majors' issue instead of the issue with what you saw from not only Ant-Man and the Wasp and the Quantumania, but plenty of other movies that came out Phase 4. We already know that Phase 4 was a huge doo-doo. Huge pile of doo-doo. Bigger than the one from Jurassic Park. We know that. So instead of saying Marvel has issues internally of what they're putting on screen based on the writing and directing and the VFX and the way they're treating the VFX teams, going forward, that's something to be more worried about. But no, they made this about Jonathan Majors. That's what I don't like. And then everybody ran with the Jonathan Majors narrative instead of saying, did you know Jeff Loveless made a horrible script? Because it's according to him, he couldn't live up to what Endgame and Infinity War did. So instead of trying to go get some help, this is the best I got, big dog. And I thought it was good. Peyton Reed went into hiatus because he knew his directing was trash. Did you see any of this talking about them? No. It's trash.
Then that the decision to replace Kang with Doom was finalized.
Exactly,
in
D.
September
Stizzle.
of 2023. We later got confirmation of
That's
this
why they
from Robert
suck.
Downey Jr. himself in the Awards Chatter podcast that his conversation with Kevin Feige to return as Dr. Doom occurred around
Exactly.
September 2023.
Exactly, Greg.
So then, in November 2023, it was announced that Destin Daniel Cretton was stepping away from directing Avengers 5 in order to focus on Shang-Chi 2, and it would later be announced that he would be directing Spider-Man 4. Also, in November 2023, Deadline reported that the writing for Avengers 5 would be handed over from Jeff Loveness to Michael Waldron, the Loki Season 1 head writer who wrote the final draft of Multiverse of Madness and at this time was writing the draft of Avengers Secret Wars. But we later learned in the months
Exactly,
that followed,
Roberta.
according to a recent
American
interview in
Ninja
Empire,
Girl.
the new creative team
Hey, girl.
behind these films, the Russo brothers and screenwriter Stephen McFeely, that they said at some point the idea to come back was floated to them by Kevin Feige, and they initially resisted, but that McFeely called the Russos back the next morning with some big idea for how to do these films, and they were all on board. So in December.
Honestly, let's just be real, because they're about to get to the Jonathan thing, and I'm about to talk about that right now. Honestly, they had a team, and I think Ray said it also, but yes, Roberta, this is very, very true. Because again, guess who they're talking about? To my Jonathan Majors. But you see how they said found guilty of assault, but they won't tell you there was reckless assault, and reckless assault is not the same as an actual assault case. They won't tell you that. You know what I'm saying? They could break down everything. You get all the information on break. I had this problem with Screen Crush. I'm not saying that Eric Nim about to do that, you know, because they're going through the timeline. So I'm not saying they get ready to do that, but what I am saying is they could break down all this stuff and give you all of this information, and this was this and that was that, and they could do this, that, and the other. But they couldn't just simply say, you know, we went to go look at the case and we're not trying to pick sides, but here's the truth. Jonathan Majors was actually accused of reckless assault. In the actual court of in Manhattan, you know, district office, you know, this code is this, that, and the other. Simple. So that doesn't mean that he intentionally tried to harm this girl. So this is my case of why that we need to be careful about what the mainstream media does. See, they don't care about the mainstream, and this is where I go in on mainstream media. I go in on mainstream. I go on of course. Of course. But see, this is why I go in on mainstream media, and I went in so hard about no Diddy, but I went hard for Jonathan Majors. No Diddy again. For the simple fact is that you have people running with a narrative. Me being a Kansas City Chiefs fan, what is the narrative right now about the Chiefs? Oh, the Chiefs is the refs is helping the Chiefs win. The NFL just want the Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs. And I'm sitting there like, y'all really running with this narrative, to the fact Adam Scheffner running with a narrative. Stephen A. Smith yesterday running with a narrative that Shannon Sharp had to check him for. You know what I'm saying? Rex Ryan running with it. All these big people with these running with a narrative. Because this is not the Dallas Cowboys. If they wanted to make anybody win, they would have made the Dallas Cowboys win. If they wanted to make anybody win, they would have made the Pittsburgh Steelers win. You know what I mean? You think 32 billionaires got together and said, you know what we gonna do? This is a good idea. I think we should let the Chiefs be the winner. And then everybody's in WWE. First of all, this is gonna sound really kind of whack, but dudes that work, black dudes that work out and hit people for a living, ain't going with no WWE script, because everybody ain't get paid millions. And I'm not about to tear my ACL, MCL, PCL, have a concussion, all that for some WWE mess. But you see how easy it is to run with a narrative. So it was easy to run with the Jonathan Majors and abuser era, narrative. It was easy to run with the guilty of assault because that's they never put it in context. They always wrote it like that what you see on screen. So when you actually look at it, you're going to say Jonathan Majors is an abuser. Well, he got charged. We got found guilty of assault. Then you ask him, what's reckless assault mean? Do you know what reckless assault means? In the city of Manhattan, New York State, what does that mean? And they can't tell you. Just like a lot of people can't tell you what the three branches of government is, but will argue up and down about politics. Let me keep going because I'm about to go on a rant.
December 2023, upon Jonathan Majors' guilty verdict, the actor was fired by Marvel Studios. On February 17, 2024, 1 year after Quantumania's release, Jeff Loveness posted on Instagram joking about his own apparent screenwriting exile.
Oh no.
That's because you suck at this comic book stuff.
This was all for nothing. Why did I come here? I'll never write again.
You know what's crazy? He's probably an excellent writer in the things that he writes. And there's nothing wrong with that. He's probably excellent at that. But when it comes to this comic book stuff, nah, big dog, you gotta go.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
And then the week after that, an article from The Hollywood Reporter investigated Marvel's internal attempts to retool after what was described as superhero fatigue. And this article claimed that the Kang storyline for Avengers 5 would now be minimized or dropped entirely. Still, as late as June 2024, Benedict Cumberbatch indicated that he was still going to be in Avengers 5, which he indicated would be shooting next year, as in 2025, which it still is.
You gotta have Doctor Strange.
Avengers next year, which is cooking up a storm.
But in the next month, July 2024,
It doesn't make sense because Doctor Strange is just as big in that movie. I mean, in the storyline as Black Panther. As T'Challa. Man, it gets to the point, especially for people that are comic book readers. You know, of course, it's not going to be a one-to-one adaptation, all of that. Just the essence of it. You don't even have the essence of the story. And if you really did have, what they call it, superhero fatigue. If it was superhero fatigue, why is people getting all excited about Superman, even with the googly eyes? I seen it. It was kind of, but if wind blowing in my face, my eyes gonna be googly too.
2024, Kevin Feige announced at Comic-Con that the Russo brothers were returning to direct Avengers 5, which would now be known as Avengers Doomsday, as well as Avengers Secret Wars, both scripts being written by Stephen McFeely, and that this event would now star Robert Downey Jr. returning as Dr. Doom. And in terms of what their plan would be, they only really said 4 words.
New mask. Same task.
And now, at the start of 2025, Benedict Cumberbatch confirmed in an interview with Variety that Doctor Strange will not be in Avengers Doomsday. He said Doctor Strange is taking a hiatus in the next Marvel sequel, 2026's Avengers Doomsday. Is that a spoiler? He asks. F it. Undeterred, he shares that things changed when Jonathan Majors, whose character Kang was intended to serve as the main antagonist of the next phase of the comic book film franchise, was fired in 2024, setting context, after being convicted of assaulting his ex-girlfriend.
See what I'm saying? You see how Variety, this is January 22nd, 2025 Variety. What does it say? Was fired in 2024 after being convicted of assaulting his ex-girlfriend. All right, Brother Juma. You see what they wrote? So, just for context. Hold up. Why am I doing it there? I'm going to just show you for context. All right. Listen, this is just for context. Reckless assault. This is all people got to do. But again, narrative. They don't, especially when it comes to black celebrities. And again, Jonathan Majors was unproblematic, but black celebrities. But let me tell you, reckless assault in New York City is when someone causes physical injury to another person through reckless actions. It is a Class A misdemeanor, which is punishable up to 1 year in jail. What is reckless assault? Reckless assault is when someone causes physical injury to another person through reckless actions. They're saying the way that it happened was when she tried to grab the phone from him and he took off running. That was one, or the other one was it could have happened in the car, but they didn't determine how the girl hurt. We're talking about a finger. Mind you, this man lost his job over a finger. I haven't seen that since James Carter got in trouble for the guy losing the finger in Rush Hour. But he didn't get fired. James Carter didn't even get fired. Jonathan got fired over a finger. That she don't even know how she got hurt. Because they didn't take into consideration of, well, she was drunk. She was on pills. They did find her in his closet. You know what I'm saying? Remember Jonathan and Bookman from Good Times? Found her in the closet. Right? Let me keep going. It's similar to intentional assault. It's similar. But the defendant is accused of causing the injury recklessly, not intentionally. What does this say? Let's go back. Was fired in 2024 after being convicted of assaulting his girlfriend. But if he got charged with, let me go back because I'm going to share it again. If he got charged with reckless assault, he didn't intentionally try to do anything. Reckless assault can include causing injury through yelling that becomes physical. We all seen the video of the girl chasing him down the street. But yeah, we're talking about a finger, y'all. He lost his job over a finger. And then remember, fat ass Alvin Bragg, you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be 1,000% real with you. I hope Trump go after his ass. Yeah, I said it. I hope Trump go after fat Alvin Bragg's ass. No Diddy. Because I don't want him to go that far. But I hope he go after him. Because what did he do after he tried to get Jonathan Majors? He went after Trump. I hope Trump get him. I hope Trump get him. I'm not even lying. Just because, not just this, Kevin Porter Jr., Adam Foss, while he was letting people from Europe come over to this country, shoot a cop, all of that, and he let the majority of them get away. Arrest him and let them go. I hope he get him. Yeah, I said it. And I don't care who don't like it. I hope he get him. All right, let me keep going.
Girlfriend. Cumberbatch's absence from Doomsday has to do with, quote, the character not aligning with this part of the story. And though he probably shouldn't be saying this, he also reveals that Doctor Strange is in a lot of Avengers Secret Wars, which will hit theaters in 2027. He's quite central to...
Aggressive relaxing. Don't come in here with that bull. Don't. Because he tried to put, aggressive relaxing, you say this stuff and it's ha ha he he, where a guy lost his job over some bullshit, over what somebody else did. You know what I mean? He didn't pick her up and throw her in the car. He picked her up to get her out of traffic. It was funny, I was on that same street. Me, Danny, all the people from the Jonathan Majors fan group, we was on that street. Stop playing with me. That is a busy street. All he did was pick her up and put her back in the car. He didn't throw her in the car, but yet she was over there scratching his face, ripping his coat, scratching his hand, got all kinds of cuts and bruises, chasing him down the street, and that's funny. Well, you got your nerves today. You got your nerves today. You got your nerves today. I'm about to put you in timeout today because I'm not playing. I'm not playing. The dude lost his job over what somebody else did. And that's funny to you. I'm not joking. Let me keep going.
to where things might go, Cumberbatch teases, and he hints at the character, last seen casting spells in 2022's Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, will appear in a third standalone film, but is hesitant to say too much beyond praising Marvel for being collaborative. They are very open to discussing where we go next, he says. Who do you want to write and direct the next one? What part of the comic lore do you want to explore so that Strange can keep evolving? He's a very rich character to play. He's a complex, contradictory, troubled human who's got these extraordinary abilities, so there's potent stuff to mess about with. Cumberbatch later went on to say about the MCU in general, it's the modern myths of our times, Cumberbatch says. Yes, it's huge and unwieldy, but Marvel is so committed to getting it right. Even when we make one of these Avengers films and it gets exponentially huger, we're still just kids playing in a sandpit. We're still just making shit up and having fun with it. So there are a few ways we can interpret Cumberbatch's words as to his changing involvement with Avengers Doomsday. At first, him texting Kevin Feige, what the f, even in a good way, upon Robert Downey Jr.'s announcement, suggests that Cumberbatch was completely caught off guard by that, which is pretty surprising for this actor who's...
Again, everybody was talking about how the cast and crew felt about Chadwick Boseman and all of that. You making all these things, and the main guy who's supposed to be a catalyst going as the time runs out is unaware of what's going on. Is unaware of what's going on. You know what I mean? Doesn't have a clue about what's going on. Why would you not include Benedict Cumberbatch? His character is essential to the time runs out storyline that goes into Secret Wars. Why he ain't in it? Silliness.
Was reported to be the star of the previous iteration of the film, especially when Tom Holland said in a podcast interview that he knew ahead of time that Robert Downey Jr. was coming back. But according to Variety's article, Cumberbatch cited Jonathan Majors leaving the studio and Doctor Strange in this new Doctor Doom-centered version of the story not aligning with this part of the story. And we could take this to mean when Avengers 5 was centered around Kang the Conqueror, Doctor Strange had a much bigger role, a role that Cumberbatch described as a storm. But now with Doctor Doom at the center of the story, whatever new mask same task means is some storyline in which Doctor Strange has to be elsewhere, perhaps in his own film, Doctor Strange 3, which could be a more direct adaptation of Time Runs Out and come out between Doomsday and Secret Wars.
And again, you have to have T'Challa and Doctor Strange in there. You have to. You have to. So whatever they're doing, I don't know what they're doing, but whatever they're doing, they got to get their ish together.
In like November 2026. And then after that, Doctor Strange will have, as Cumberbatch teases, a lot more to do in Secret Wars. Actually, on the break room, we speculated that that could mean a team up in alignment with Doctor Doom in Battleworld in Secret Wars, like in Secret Wars number 5, which was the comic issue that was teased as an Easter egg in Deadpool and Wolverine.
It was crazy about that. Jonathan Majors only been arrested that one time, and people forget. People like aggressive relaxing and all that other crap. What they forget is that he's the one who called the police. She was over there playing Woody from Toy Story after Andy got home, and that's why they arrested him. But forgot that she got arrested too. She had to turn herself in, get fingerprinted because she was charged with a crime. And if it wasn't for Alvin Bragg, she would have been on trial too. People forget that part though. People forget that part because it's so good to run with a narrative and come in there hee ha. You know I don't play about Jonathan like that. I will block your ass from my channel for coming in and playing like that. I'm not even lying to you. I will come and block you from my channel because I hate the way that they just push this narrative on this guy who never did nothing wrong prior to. Seriously, it ain't about riding nuts and all of that and all of that other sign language that they do. When it comes to that, I just don't like the language, the narrative push. I don't play. I honestly don't play.
There's a moment after Doctor Doom and Molecule Man destroy the Beyonders, and Doom tells Strange that together they can save the remnants of the worlds that were destroyed, decide who lives and who dies, and Doctor Strange tells Doom, it's too much to fathom, Victor, it's too much. I can't. But you can. As to the original plan for the Kang Dynasty, many have pointed to this December 2024 Twitter thread from an anonymous account known as Exiled Scooper.
And Exiled Scooper actually shot this to me a minute ago. What's up, JD Informant? What's up? I was actually Exiled Scooper shot this to me, and shout out to Exiled Scooper. You know what I mean? He shot this to me. He was like, hey, could you run this by Jonathan and see what he says? We never got around to that. So What is this mess? We never got around to it. I didn't ask him about it. I didn't even, because we had some other stuff, you know what I'm saying, that we had going on. But I was going to reach out. I might still reach out to him and see what he thinks about this. If he tells me something, I'll let you know. If he doesn't, you know what I'm saying, then he does it. But I'm gonna ask him about it. If he do, he do. He don't, he don't. You know what I'm saying? But I read this already, and I think this was awesome. So let me read it. Shout out to Ty, because this is Ty's homie too.
Spelled with a 3 in there, claiming to summarize some leak of an April 28th, 2023 script draft written by Jeff Loveness. This, we must say from the outset, is almost certainly complete bullshit. As you read through this, the amount of effort that went into dramatizing the story beats suggests the work of fan fiction rather than an honest summary of real dialogue and real scenic exposition as it would actually be written out on a real script page. It also contradicts the little Jeff Loveness said about what he was working on when he was still assigned to this project. It does amount to a pretty wild read, picking up with Kang the Conqueror after his defeat in Quantumania, and then it goes into like a massive war between the Watchers and a council of Kangs from Quantumania, and then those 3 Kangs of Immortus, Pharaoh Ramatut, and a Centurion targeting the 10 Rings and the Quantum Bands, aka the Nega Bands, in a devastating Independence Day style assault on Earth's major cities, in which the merged forces of the Avengers split up into 3 teams to stop them, but fail, ending with Immortus powering up into Kang Prime on a path to become an Omega level being. This fanfiction is clearly trying to parrot and heighten the apocalyptic drama and cliffhanger of Infinity War. This was not the original plan for Avengers: The Kang Dynasty, I'm almost certain, but New Rockstars now has a new show format to investigate these kind of rumors and claims called The Rumor Rundown, the first episode of which dropped last Friday. And I think in a future episode, we're gonna have to look deeper into this Exiled Scooper thread because it's just pretty hilarious. But what was the plan for Kang Dynasty was a storm that confronted Doctor Strange.
So they're confirming, because remember at the beginning of this, they said they have a friend of a friend of Jeff Loveless in their studio. So somebody knows Jeff Loveless, you know, in New Rockstars via a friend or a co-worker there. You know what I mean? So they're saying what Exile Scooper is, what he said was not true. That was just some bull jive. So we're gonna leave it just at that, right? Because I don't know. I'm going to hit him up and see what he says. If he tells me something, if he's like, man, I don't know nothing about that, then it's. But even when I kind of said something about it, he was like, okay. So I don't know, but I'll find out.
With Kang the Conqueror that did not involve the Fantastic Four or Blade, but still might have focused more on relics like the 10 Rings and the Quantum Bands. And I'm not basing that on the Exile Scooper thread, but rather on the fact that Destin Daniel Cretton was the original director for Avengers 5 and probably intended on linking the 10 Rings post-credit scene and that mystery beacon to the coming threat of the Council of Kangs. Also, I'm getting that from exclusive confirmations I received in interviews with Iman Vellani, one in summer 2022 and another in fall 2023, that it was her understanding in those times that the Quantum Bands and Kamala Khan's time travel was part of Kang's plan, and that the original inscription on the bangle was, "What is destined for you will come for you."
Do you think Kang or He Who Remains might have planned specifically for Kamala to go back in time?
Yeah. Okay, so the inscription on the bangle used to be, "What is destined for you will come for you." We did change it after that, but I like to use that as a way of, you know, justifying how Kamala goes back in time and why that was meant to happen, because there were so many questions, and we really wanted to bring partition in the story and just, I know it's cramming a lot in episodes 4 and 5, but you know, we didn't know if we were gonna have season 2, and we had to put all our cards on the table and just like show everything about this culture and you know, the history of it. And so that line, "What is destined for you will come for you," that used to be on the bangle, is kind of a good sense of, you know, this was meant to happen, predestination, even if it kind of hurts the endgame time travel rules, but so does old Steve Rogers. So
Exactly.
You know, I like him. Ilan Milani. I can't pronounce her name, but because she knows as a comic book reader that a lot of this is going on is some bull job. She knows it's bull job, but there's nothing that she can do about it because she works for the company. But she knows it's bull job, and I get it. A lot of these big channels, like I said at the very beginning, they have big channels. They got, you know, all these, you know, writers and people behind the scenes that are doing the investigations and to help them do the breakdowns, all this stuff. They're getting all the information for those breakdowns, and people like Eric Voss and other people are just people behind the camera that help write it, and then they're the face of it. You know what I mean? Like I said, same thing with Screen Crush. You know what I mean? And again, with a lot of these channels, you got to know that they are ones who's going to the Comic Cons. Those are the ones who's going to the D23s and all of this stuff. This is what they do. So some of these you got to keep around because they will have inside information. You know what I mean? That you might not get. They do. Emergency Awesome is one of them. You're a Grace. I don't even fool with Grace. I snapped on Grace yesterday. Have you seen my Twitter? Matter of fact, only Junior Network seen my Twitter. But you know what I mean? But you gotta kind of have them around so you can be able to rebuttal or have something to watch and be like, man, that don't sound right. You know what I mean? So
you know how it works.
So yeah. Kevin Feige is the Kang of this universe. That's how I like to.
And then in the second interview, Iman confirmed to me that an original script draft for the Marvels clarified that the gold marking that marked the spot where Dar-Ben found the second quantum band was meant to be the burial site of Eon, the cosmic entity that represents time that we saw grouped together with things like the Living Tribunal and Lady Death in that cosmic being chamber in Thor: Love and Thunder. Did naming them quantum bands, as far as you know, imply any other historical owners of these?
Like Quasar and stuff?
Yeah, maybe.
I still think Eon's a contender. I think he definitely forced him. I know you did you have a theory about was it still Eon or?
My just explanation of canonically Eon created them. My theory is that they're not gonna make Eon, at least right now, a physical presence.
I don't think they'll say Eon, but yeah. I swear there was a version of our script where Dar-Ben actually name drops Eon, like this was his grave or something where they found it. Oh. So in my head, that still makes sense.
So from all of this, we know that
and it was bad. There's still parts of the Marvels where they drop the ball. We could be a whole lot better. But when you don't have people who are investing in comic book characters, they don't know the essence of these characters. They're just writing the script because I'm at Marvel, so I'm gonna just do what I do, even though I have no idea about this character. I'll write the character how I want to. This is my interpretation of the character, which I do get. Because that's what you have from one comic book writer writes it like this, then another comic book writer will write it like that. We've seen that plenty of times in comics, right? But when it comes to film and then the essence of the actual character is totally thrown out of the ship onto the sea just to be floating around somewhere, that's where we got problems at. Exactly. D-Sizzle. Exactly.
At some point, there was a version of the MCU in which Eon, the very concept of time, is dead. As if to say, the plan was for the Council of Kangs to have murdered Eon, or just manipulated with time so many times that it caused the decay of Eon in a kind of death by 1,000 cuts sort of way. And then that they, or one of the Kangs, buried
Dr.
the quantum band at Eon's gravesite. I think in Loveness's draft and in Destino Cretin's version of the film, it was going to be on Doctor Strange to explain to characters like Shang-Chi and Kamala Khan these relics and their value to the Council of Kangs. But now in McFeely's draft and in the Russo's version of Avengers Doomsday, those details of the 10 rings, linkage, and the quantum bands, and of course the whole Kang part of it is all likely being scrapped. And that instead, this story is going to be focused much more on the Fantastic Four and Doctor Doom. And it could just be that with a brainiac like Reed Richards in the mix, structurally, you might not need Doctor Strange as the smartest man in the room. Increasingly, it sounds like Kang Dynasty was going to be a story about Doctor Strange.
It's still stupid because you're still missing T'Challa too. This is stupid. It's stupid.
Mentoring and leading the new era of Phase 4 and Phase 5 Avengers in a battle against Kang and his variants. Doomsday is now going to be a story about Doctor Doom, following more closely Jonathan Hickman's Time Runs Out storyline, using some of the bigger name Marvel heroes with a lineup reminding us more of Infinity War. And that's why they got that team back. So that is, for now, everything we know about the original plan for Avengers: The Kang Dynasty, and what perhaps more comic accurate role Doctor Strange could play in these interconnected stories. Comment down below with your thoughts and follow.
I don't care what anybody say. I always think that comic Doctor Strange looks like a pimp. To me, I don't know about y'all, but he look like he got a few on his payroll. All right, so a couple things about this, right? One, again, these guys have all these team of researchers and stuff like that, and they still follow Variety. And I know Variety, Hollywood Reporter, all of that, those are called the trades. You know what I mean? But when you could clearly just look up something yourself and do a pushback, but would they really do that? Or is it up to, guys like me who only person that, I got to get up for is myself when I do these videos. I don't have a team. You know what I mean? My two co-hosts live totally away from me. One lives in Florida for Blurred AF. The other one lives in, I don't even know where Mika lives at, on the moon. So but it's crazy that we go harder. Maybe because we're hungry. I'm going to always be hungry. I don't care if I have 1 million subscribers. I'm always going to be hungry. But I don't know if it's because of that. You know what I mean? Or I just like the truth. Just tell me the truth. Tell me the truth. Give me the documentations from court and tell the people the truth. That's what bothers me. That a lot of these channels, they do this, and I get it. You got to feed your people. But it don't take nothing for one of those researchers to be like, hey, Eric, let's do this Jonathan Majors thing, but let's tell exactly what the actual crime is and all of this. So people can have an understanding to be able to look at even what the Variety is doing and see that they're pushing a narrative. Now, what's crazy about this, and again, everybody has their fight. Jonathan Majors is not Eric's fight. It ended up being mine, Danny's, She Dressed Me, Pam, Blue, Chill, Dr. Hines, my girl Kat. We the ones who band together to make sure that the information that they were saying about Jonathan Majors is right. But it's crazy that he couldn't do that, but J.K. Rowling, what she was saying, he was putting up, hey, because of what she was saying, and I'm not saying what she's saying was right, but he made sure that people from that community had someone to call if they're getting harassed like that. But somebody in my community is getting misinformation spread against him, and nothing. This is why I do what I do. Because Eric is not from that community, but he just chose to defend them because that's just the right thing to do. Well, that's why I'm doing what I do here. And I'm not expecting Eric to do what I do here, because he got a whole team of people that's doing their own thing. But that's why I do what I do. Because it's nothing for me. I ain't got no sponsors. I ain't not even thinking about nothing like that. I ain't got to pitch a product. I don't care about pitching no product. Not right now. I would like to, but I don't really care like that. If I can't tell the truth about something, like the honest to God truth, instead of pushing a narrative just so I could be, it rub elbows in one of these spaces, I don't want it. I don't want it at all. You can have it. You can have all your pitches. You can have Noid VPN or whatever. You can have all of that. If I can't be who I am, if I can't tell the truth, if I can't stand up for my people, you can have it. Matter of fact, you can take all of that stuff, your pitches, your red carpet events, your rubbing elbows with who, that, there, and the other, shine it up real nicely, turn that some bitch up sideways and stick it straight up your candy ass. Yeah, I said it. Shout out to The Rock. Old Rock, though. The old Rock. Sometimes the new Rock, he don't do it like that. But I'm just saying.
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that shit up, B.
And most definitely, when I come out there, I'm gonna let all of y'all know that's in DC that I'm out there, so we can meet up somewhere. We could go eat, chill, talk. You know what I'm saying? Have a good time. Right. Good rock. No. Not Hollywood rock. But I'm just, it's just, that just makes me, I don't want it. One of my favorite quotes is from Muhammad Ali. When he was talking about SOM, what's going on? What's good? Yeah, he was dope. I give 2024 rock. He was dope. But he got cast. Why? Put it in the chat who cast him. Put it in the chat who got cast. But I'm gonna be honest with you. There's a quote from Muhammad Ali when he's sitting there, he's having an interview, and he was talking about, if I want that yacht over there, I don't want that yacht. If I can't go over here and protest the girl over here that got our word, you know what I'm saying? If the guy down here, down the street, is being oppressed, the hell with that yacht. If I can't be for my people, if I can't be for my people and defend my people, then I don't want it. I don't want it. You can have it. Because as long as I'm telling the truth about my people, I don't care. I don't care. But let's get ready to get up out of here, man. I thank you guys so very much for tuning in to another episode of The Dre Max Show. Don't forget, put it in the comment section. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think about new rock stars, all of that. Let me know in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Brother Juma, hit me up on IG. I'll send you my email address. But again, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell notification so you can never, ever, ever miss one of my videos again. Until next time, I'll let you guys later. Peace and vibe higher, y'all. Y'all enjoy y'all Tuesday. Where's my outro at? Because you already know. I didn't put myself in the hole. I gotta go. Wait a minute. You're telling me the video's over? What? Huh. Okay, I guess so. If you have came to this portion of the video, thank you so very much for sticking to the end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that little bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. And if you really want to, you don't got to, go ahead and follow the social media links that's down below. Until next time, I'll let you guys later. Peace and vibe higher, y'all. Y'all take care of yourself.